So what is ideomotor and idiosensory in hypnosis?
Let's get our definitions here. Idiosensory is idea produces sensation, but it doesn't necessarily mean the sensation of touch. This is sensation in any one of the systems. So you could produce a hallucination, a visual hallucination. That would be considered idiosensory. It's not just sensation of touch.
So if I say to you, I went to a beach on vacation, and it prompts you, that idea gets you to think about now the idea of a beach, and you form a mental imagery of some sort. There you go. That's idiosensory.
Yes. But again, we're going to enhance this with hypnosis. That's how any of the sensations are stimulated through hypnosis. And we see a lot of that in stage hypnosis as well, as you know. It's great in hypnosis shows because, itching is one of the easiest things to create. Hey, someone says the word itching and I'm freaking there already. I was at a friend's house the other day, and he's got this man cave that's his garage, which is sort of the thing everybody's doing now. I don't really understand it. To me, it's just a mouse or rodent attractor.
It just doesn't make sense in Canada in the winter when it's freezing.
But he's got this, and he's got this horrible old couch out there. Really horrible. And we're sitting out there. I'm on the couch and have my head on the back of the couch. And I get home. My wife says to me, "Oh, I wish you wouldn't sit out in that man cave of his." And I said, "Why?" And she said, "Well, you know, his house is full of mice," which is true because he thinks he can deal with them himself instead of hiring a company and getting it done right. And she said, "That couch is full of fleas from the mice."
Oh.
And I just started freaking itching. 10 minutes later, Chris, I'd ripped the back of my head raw, all my back. I had to have a shower just to convince myself there was nothing wrong. Now, that's idiosensory.
Okay. So, and in stage hypnosis, when you were doing lots of shows, that was a common thing that you would do. In fact, it would work in with the idea of heteroaction by starting with something easy to create. Then you can manifest more and more complex.
Yeah. So you start with their awareness of the surface of their skin. And we would do this in our classes in Toronto all the time. We'd say, "Where else are you itching right now?" And the itching would start moving around.
Yeah, and then you would say, and some itches
are very personal.
That's personal.
Right. So on stage, we're creating idiosensory phenomena of an itch, which is really just the awareness of the surface of your skin. There's going to be some spot that's going to itch as soon as you start thinking about it.
Actually, think about it right now. If you're listening, just think about it right now. What area of your skin feels the most itchy?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to do it too.
And how will this ruin your life? Not.
Actually, my nose.
Yeah, it's your nose.
That's horrible.
It's still around the watch with me. Now, the other thing is, so then with a stage show, you now cascade this into another sense. So
like the laughing trance.
Or go into the feeling of cold.
Yeah.
So I'm creating idiosensory change in temperature. And we've gone in first with the itching. So we're getting the heteroaction happening, as you said.
Right. And then we talked about how the itchy trance in class is closely related to the laughing trance. So if you can get somebody to feel a bit itchy, you can also get them to be laughing at things, especially if you just made the joke about some itches being deeply personal.
And then did you know that the laughing trance is very close to the shoplifting trance? Which is extremely close to the penitentiary trance.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So, but it's really ideomotor we want to look at more here. Idiosensory, you can use it in a hypnosis session in your office or whatever, and you're doing idiosensory work whenever you say, like Erickson did, and you can feel a comfortable coolness. He said that when they're under hot lights in a studio, that's idiosensory as well. But ideomotor is where idea produces motion. And this is fascinating because it gives us a super pathway, a highway into the unconscious mind. And we really have to look at the work of Leslie Lacron, who was the father of ideomotor signaling. He didn't invent it. It had been around for a long time, but he did so much of the work on it with David Cheek. And then we also see Bruce Eimer, our friend, Dr. Bruce Eimer. He did a book on ideomotor work, which is phenomenal. I think he did that with... either he must have done that with Dabney Ewan or David Cheek, but yeah, it's important stuff.
Okay, so in ideomotor signaling and things like that,
which he's doing with his hand right now,
we can install signals in clients so that they can answer yes, no, things like that. But this already exists for most people in the form of nodding. Like I was just listening to you and I caught myself going, "Hey, look, there's me doing ideomotor signals. Yeah. I am signaling yes with my head." In case you're just listening, I'm nodding
Erickson
my
would
head.
do that to indirectly install ideomotor signals. So he'd say, "And as a child, we all learned to nod our head for yes and shake our head for no, did we not?"
And then someone goes,
nods their head.
Yes, their head. Yeah.
And you're getting unconscious signals that way. We do it all the time. You know, you're agreeing with someone when they're talking, as Chris was just alluding to, and you're nodding.
I'm still nodding in the noddery right now.
And I'm nodding too now, which is making me wonder why.